Yo, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys can hear me and hope I am live. Just give me a moment to check that I'm actually live. Okay, I'm live. Cool. So, guys, welcome back to another live stream. It's been quite some time. It's been almost 3 weeks since I went live and actually talked to you guys. Okay, in a live stream. So I apologize for that. I really want to get into going live a bit more because I feel like it's better to communicate with you guys live instead of just making videos. And I feel like this is a better way of doing that, right? But yeah, I made a video, okay, literally just a couple of minutes ago. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I pretty much just talk about, honestly, one of the biggest news that has happened this year alone in 2023, personally, right, with China, okay? China, right, and crypto, right, the Web 3.0 white paper and whatnot. If you guys haven't seen that video, I don't want to, get more in depth with that in this live stream. But if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out because I think, with that news coming out, it came out a couple of days ago, it's gonna, affect the market, right, in a good way, right? We will potentially see Bitcoin pump, okay, not just Bitcoin, but the entire cryptocurrency market, right? Other altcoins will in fact pump in the next 48 hours, right? In the next 2 days. So watch that video if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. But yeah, guys, in this stream, you guys can clearly read it. Buy Bitcoin, right? This is obviously not financial advice, so please always do your own research. But I came across this video right here, okay, of this guy named Alex Miller, okay, and he uploaded this video and it actually got a lot of attention, right? I actually came across this video early this morning and he uploaded this video. He posted this video back in 27th of June in 2015. So literally 7 years ago. Okay, so this is literally history right now. Okay, pretty much, right? And I want you guys to really listen carefully on what he says in this video. Now, this video is in fact just under 1 minute, only 55 seconds. So I really want you guys to hear what this person has to say about Bitcoin, right, during this time back in 2015. Because obviously back in 2015, okay, if you adopted some Bitcoin back then, if you bought some Bitcoin back then, if you invested and accumulated some Bitcoin back then and you held that investment to now, yes, it obviously really depends how much you invested, right? But you would have made some decent amount of profits, okay, obviously, okay, because back in 2015, Bitcoin was only worth like a couple hundred dollars, okay? But I want you guys to really listen to this video, what he has to say.
This one time, Bitcoin went from
And by the way, this video is titled "Don't Buy Bitcoin, It's Going to Crash." Can you guys see that? So that's pretty funny. So obviously, like what he titled in this video is like completely the opposite of what I titled, because I titled this live stream "Buy Bitcoin, It's Going to Pump." Okay, and in this video, I want to explain that more in depth. Okay, just watch
this one
this.
time, Bitcoin went from 6 cents all the way to 36 cents, and then it crashed down to 21 cents. And then another time, Bitcoin went from 85 cents all the way to $29, and then it crashed to $3. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $213, and then it crashed all the way to $70. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $1,100, and then it crashed all the way to $239. So the moral of the story is don't buy Bitcoin because you know it's going to crash again.
Okay, so you guys literally just heard that, right? This person literally said back in 2015, right, 7 years ago, to not buy Bitcoin because you know it's going to crash. Now, if you guys have in fact been following me, been watching my videos for the past, few days, few weeks, even for the past few months, then you guys would know that yes, Bitcoin has in fact been crashing, you know, towards the beginning of this year alone in 2023. Bitcoin has, have a come up. Okay, we have seen Bitcoin pump a lot, especially during this year alone in 2023, right? In January, remember, just alone in January, Bitcoin pumped over 40%, almost 40%, right? 39.6%, okay, return just in January, okay, and then in March it pumped like, I think it was like around 26%, okay, somewhere around there, or maybe almost 30%, right? So obviously Bitcoin has in fact been pumping. Okay, we all know that, right? You guys can clearly see that, right? This is in fact a weekly time frame, and you guys can clearly see that back in November and December, this was in fact Bitcoin's bottom, okay? And clearly, okay, out of nowhere, Bitcoin pumped. In January, like I said, we had a 40% return, and Bitcoin pumped to the upside out of nowhere. It pumped over, $20,000, literally over $20,000, almost 24K, just in January. At one point, it was at like 16K, and then it pumped all the way up to almost 24K. Think about that, right? And this rally that we have, in fact, been seeing all of 2023 this year will continue. I've said that many times. We will in fact see Bitcoin continue once it surpasses $30,000. Okay, this resistance line right here, I do believe this rally will in fact continue upwards to $35,000 and $40,000, and it will in fact continue on. My personal price prediction for Bitcoin this year alone in 2023, towards the end of this year in 2023, is around here, $51,000. Okay, I think that's a very possible price target for Bitcoin to hit this year alone in 2023. Okay, that's just my personal opinion, right? But I want to show you guys a fair few charts, okay, showing you guys, and I actually showed you guys these charts before, okay, but I want to show it to you guys again, because this video just, people like this, right, people that say, Bitcoin is dead, okay, Bitcoin is going to crash and whatnot, okay, you guys understand, it will always pump back up. It's just a whole cycle, okay? We have different cycles, a bear market and a bull market, okay? Obviously, when we enter a bear market, it drops massively. Bitcoin drops massively. And then when we enter in the next bull market, right, it pumps like crazy. And of course, there's an event that happens pretty much every 4 years, okay? It's called the halving. And I've been talking about that for many, many, many times. Every single time we have a halving event for Bitcoin, it pumps the most, right? That's when we really enter the next Bitcoin bull market, right? The next bull run, right? It always happens every single time. It's literally like a whole cycle. History does in fact rhyme, and history does in fact repeat itself. Okay, it really does. So, like I said, I've showed you guys these charts before, all these charts that I'm about to show you guys in this live stream. So when people are saying crypto is dead, right here, okay, all-time high, then it drops, crypto is dead. That's when a lot of people don't want to buy into Bitcoin or, cryptocurrency. They don't want to invest at that time when everything is crashing for some odd reason, because that would have been, the perfect time to get in. We know this. Buy low, okay, and sell high. It's very, very simple. Buy low, sell high, while everyone else is fearful, right? You got to be greedy. You got to do the complete opposite. Don't be a sheep. Don't follow the crowd, guys, right? Because a lot of us, right, like to buy in to these markets and to these assets. It doesn't have to be Bitcoin and crypto. It could be stocks and bonds, right? Literally, right? Any asset, if it's pumping and it's pumping like crazy and it's in the greens, right, there will be FOMO. It's just how our human brains operate. We like to get in when it's pumping, but that is the wrong move, guys, because you should be getting in when it's crashing, when there's news articles talking down on these assets, okay, saying it's a scam, it's going to $0 and whatnot, right? Don't invest into it. That is the time to buy, okay? While everyone else is fearful, you got to be greedy, right? So when we reached all-time highs, you guys can clearly see this, right? This chart indicates it. All-time high back in 2014, and then it dropped, okay? And people were saying crypto was dead, but then it pumped back up, right, in 2017, right? What happened towards the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018? Bitcoin pumped, right? It almost hit 20K, right? All-time high, creating a new all-time high. And then it crashed massively. It crashed back down to $3,000. And then a lot of people saying, well, crypto is dead, right? That was it. Crypto will never go back down. Back up to, $19,000, its previous all-time highs, right? But no, what happened in 2021, right? towards the end of 2020 and 2021. And by the way, in 2020, that was when the Bitcoin halving happened, right? That was our most previous one. We saw Bitcoin pump. And guess what? All of 2022, just last year, we saw Bitcoin drop massively from its previous all-time highs to all the way down to like 16K. And at one point, it went below 16K, around 15K. So that was a decline of about 70% or 80%, which is massive. But this is to be expected, right? It's the same cycle, like I said many times. And when we're all the way down here, when Bitcoin was at, 16K back in November and December, a lot of people were saying that crypto was dead. Bitcoin is dead, right? We will never see Bitcoin go back up to 69K ever again. But guess what? Towards the beginning of this year in 2023, we saw a slow increase up to the upside, right? Just like what I showed you guys, okay? Just like what I showed you guys. Bitcoin is, in fact, having a slight pump back up, okay? It really is. And this pump, this rally that we have, in fact, been seeing for the past few months, this year alone in 2023, will, in fact, continue, okay? It will, guys. So when people are saying crypto is dead, that is the time to get in, okay? And here's another chart showing you guys that's indicating that, right? More in depth. You guys can clearly see that, right? Bitcoin created an all-time high, and then it dropped, and then people were saying Bitcoin is dead. Okay, Bitcoin is dead. It will never go back up to its previous all-time highs, which is almost like what, $20,000, sorry, back in 2018, right? That's what people were saying, and then boom, right? Bitcoin pumped out of nowhere. Okay, once the halving event happened around here in 2020, around April or May, okay, I'm not quite sure, but that was in fact our previous halving event. Once that happened, a couple months later, we saw Bitcoin pump, creating obviously a new all-time high. And then, like I said, all of 2022, Bitcoin dropped massively, and a lot of people were in fact saying down here, Bitcoin is dead. Bitcoin's going to crash back down to 10K. A lot of people were saying it's going to go back down to $5,000, even $3,000, which I thought was crazy and insane and just really, unrealistic. Okay, not realistic at all, right? People were saying Bitcoin was dead. Okay, it's a scam and whatnot. People were saying, like, pointing fingers, I told you so, to not buy Bitcoin, right? But they don't understand where Bitcoin's going to be heading in the future. 2024, 2025 is going to be some great years for Bitcoin and crypto, because that is when, guys, we will officially enter the next Bitcoin bull run, right? The next crypto bull market will enter at that time. Okay, so literally the next Bitcoin halving event is literally just right around the corner. Okay, it's going to happen around April or May of 2024, and once that happens, okay, we're going to give it a few more months, right? Yes, in the year 2024, we will in fact see Bitcoin rise. Once the halving event happens, a few weeks later, okay, it will in fact pump. And I do in fact see Bitcoin reaching at least 100K, at least $100,000 in the year 2024, once, after the halving event. And then towards the end of the year 2024, right, when we're about to enter the year 2025, that is when I do see Bitcoin pumping the most. It's gonna pump, guys, okay, creating a new all-time high. Bitcoin's easily gonna reach 6 figs, 100K next year in 2024, right? It just will. Like, towards the end of the year 2024, I do in fact see a 100K Bitcoin. So I love this chart. This chart really does indicate where Bitcoin will in fact be heading in the year 2024, and towards the end of the year in 2024, right? Over 6 figs. It's saying it's going to reach at least 120K and over. So we will see. And I think this chart is very, very realistic, because history does in fact repeat itself, and history does in fact sort of rhyme. And I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me on that one, right? So be excited for that. Now, when in doubt, okay, you just really got to zoom out, and you guys have to understand history always repeats itself. And this chart, okay, really indicates that. So this is pretty much the entire Bitcoin chart from pretty much 2010, okay, all the way to now. And you guys can clearly see Bitcoin is sort of, you guys can clearly see it's always shooting up. It's always tending to reach a new all-time high, okay? And these lines, okay, these red lines is indicating pretty much, the halving event, pretty much. So you guys can clearly see every time we have the halving, Bitcoin pumps the most. You guys can clearly see that, right? Halving and pump. Okay, then it crashed back down. And and then a halving, and then it pumped, and then it crashed back down, and then a halving, our most previous one back in 2020, right? And then you guys can clearly see a few weeks later, a few months later, it pumped, and then it crashed. And guess what? Our next halving is right around the corner, less than 1 year from now. You guys can clearly see that we will in fact see a pump up to the upside, and of course, it will in fact be reaching a new all-time high. Okay, so be excited for that. The year 2025, let me repeat that. The year 2025 is going to be a great year for Bitcoin and crypto, just like what it did in 2021. Right now, we're pretty much in the stage where Bitcoin is in fact sort of pumping, like what we saw, for example, back in 2019 is what's happening right now. Okay, so be excited for that. History does in fact repeat itself, and when in doubt, you just got to really zoom out and understand that Bitcoin is still holding up really well. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. It's like it's always shooting up. And this is why, guys, I always tell you guys that Bitcoin, in a way, is in fact a hedge against inflation. So if you want to beat inflation, if you want to stay away from inflation, put your money in Bitcoin. This is obviously not financial advice, but it's just my personal opinion, right? It really is. So when in doubt, just zoom out, guys, and understand that Bitcoin is still holding up really, really well. Okay, it really is. Okay, so this video,
and then it crashed.
It's just funny.
Down to 21 cents. And then another time, Bitcoin went from 85 cents all the way to $29, and then it crashed $3. And then another time,
because this guy, he just talks about Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high and then it crashes. Okay, for example, if I go to the Bitcoin chart today, right, I go to all-time, and I showed you guys this in my previous video, the one that I uploaded like early this morning, 4 hours ago, around like 11 hours ago. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. It's a pretty long one. It's like over 30 minutes long. So if you guys haven't seen that video, please check it out. But this guy, okay,
Bitcoin went all the way to
he's
check
this out,
$13, and then it crashed all the way to $70.
Look, all he's talking about is Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high, and then it crashes back down to a price target. That's literally all he's talking about. He doesn't actually talk about, you know, when Bitcoin pumps back up, right? So it's pretty much similar to like what I did earlier this morning. So for example, okay, I can do the exact same thing. Okay, Bitcoin pumped all the way up to $21, and then it crashed to $2, right? And then another point, right? Bitcoin was all the way up at $190. You guys can see that 190 back in 2013, and then it crashed all the way to $68, right? But he doesn't talk about how Bitcoin pumps again. You guys can clearly see that, right? Like, yes, it went up all the way in 190, and then it crashed to like $68, right? And it was sort of like staying at that price level of like just over $100. And then out of nowhere, boom, Bitcoin pumped over $1,100. Now it's in 2013. Right, this guy, he doesn't talk about it. It seems like he's sort of like making this as a joke back then. I don't know if he's actually serious, because you guys have to understand, every time we see a decline, a massive decline from Bitcoin, it will always pump back up. That's the thing about this asset, guys, and a lot of people don't understand this. Right, that's how you make money with Bitcoin and crypto. Right, it's simple. You buy low and you sell high. So when Bitcoin is at its bottom, right, for example, right here. Let me just show you guys an example. Back in 2017, let's just put this as an example. Let's just say you buy some Bitcoin right here when it was at $630 back in 2016. And then all of a sudden in, 2017, towards the end of the year in 2017, we saw Bitcoin pump like crazy, right? It's Christmas time almost, right? In December, right? You guys can clearly see that. Bitcoin, okay, you guys can see, has reached a new all-time high of $19,000, almost 20K, like I said earlier, right? And then it crashed, right? So if you bought some Bitcoin back then, right around here, when it was at $630, yes, I would have taken some profits right around here, right around this area right here. Would have been a great time to take profits, obviously, right? Because it's just a whole cycle. It pumps, and then yes, it drops. You guys can clearly see that, right? So let's keep going, okay? Let's just say, so it went up all the way to $19,000, and then it dumped all the way down to lower than $4,000. Think about that. That is a massive drop. Bitcoin was at $19,000, and then it dropped all the way down to $3,000. Think. That was, in fact, a massive crash. And back then, at this time right here, right in 2019, even 2020, People were saying Bitcoin was dead. Bitcoin will never go back up, to $19,000, its previous all-time highs. But no, look at that. If you just kept dollar cost averaging, if you kept adopting Bitcoin, accumulating into Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging, buying, investing and whatnot, right, into Bitcoin at this time when it crashed, right? And you just held that investment, and then Bitcoin all of a sudden back in 2021, early of 2021, reached another new all-time high of $60,000, you would have been up in profit. And yes, that is when you would take more of your profits. So it's very simple, guys. You simply just buy low, sell high. That is how people make money with Bitcoin and crypto. And yes, there's other ways. There's a lot of different strategies to make money with Bitcoin and crypto. Like you can trade with it and whatnot. You can day trade. You can swing trade. There's a lot of different strategies to make money with Bitcoin and crypto. But if you just want to invest and buy into Bitcoin, right, and you just simply want to buy low, sell high, I highly suggest you guys to do that. But I really want you guys to do your own due diligence and your own research, right? I really do, guys. So that's that. Okay, so this guy, sorry guys, I'm reading some of the comments right now. Sorry, I've just been talking a lot. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Dayon Petrov. Okay, so he's like, hi man, any advice on how to get my money back from scammers? Okay, I don't know if he's trolling, but yeah, there's a lot of scams in crypto. You got to be really careful, guys. Okay, you got to be like really careful. If you're investing into Bitcoin especially, and other altcoins, other coins in the market, and you want to buy and hodl, you want to hold your investments, for long term, you're not planning on selling it anytime soon, I highly suggest you guys to get it off exchanges, crypto exchanges, right? If you're buying from Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, CoinSpot, right, which is a Australian exchange, is where I live. That's what I personally use. If you're buying your Bitcoin and your other altcoins from these crypto exchanges, get it off exchanges. I've been telling you guys that many times, right? To get it off exchanges and store it into maybe like a trust wallet, or maybe even a hard wallet, because it's offline. You know what I mean? So it's harder for scammers to get into, get access to your assets, right? So just get it off exchanges. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, okay? And I hope you guys understand that when people are saying, calling Bitcoin is dead and whatnot, okay, it's just not true, okay? There's a lot of FUD. A lot of people like to spread FUD, okay, to make you fearful in a way so you don't make that money. You know what I mean? There's a lot of whales. I understand that, okay? All these, right? There's a lot of FUD going around, but you guys have to understand, it's very simple. You just buy low and sell high. Right now, okay, if you look at the chart for Bitcoin, we're pretty much still in the accumulation stage. Even though, yes, we have in fact been pumping, but this is still a great time to buy. Why do I say that? It's because you guys can clearly see, right? We are nowhere near its previous all-time highs. Bitcoin's all-time highs was all the way up here, almost $70,000. And we're all the way down here. So yes, Bitcoin has in fact been pumping, right? But you guys understand, it's still a great time right now to buy Bitcoin, to still accumulate Bitcoin, right? It really is. Okay, so please understand that, guys. It's still a great time right now to start buying, to start investing and accumulating into Bitcoin. In fact, let me show you guys something. The Bitcoin rainbow chart, and I've showed you guys this a fair few times if you guys have been, watching my videos and whatnot. But let me show you guys this, okay? So you guys can clearly see, if I just zoom in a little bit, that this is where we are right now. Okay, you guys can clearly see that, right? This is where we are currently. And you guys can clearly see that we are sort of in the green area, the light green area, whatever color this is. Okay, and that color is indicating that we should be accumulating. We should be accumulating right now, or we should be buying. Okay, that's what it's indicating right now, guys. So, like I said many times, we all should be at least accumulating into Bitcoin. We are nowhere near its previous all-time high. So that gives us room to buy in still at a cheap price. If you missed buying Bitcoin, at this price level, like 6 months ago when it was at $16,000. And yes, look at that. Look, at one point, Bitcoin was just below $16,000. I was at 15.8, right? That would have been a great time to start buying into Bitcoin. But let's just say you missed that opportunity and you thought Bitcoin was gonna crash even more to $12,000 and $10,000, because yes, at that time Bitcoin wasn't really moving, and a lot of people were in fact indicating and predicting that Bitcoin was going to crash even more. But no, that's not what happened. You guys can see Bitcoin actually pumped right to the upside. So if you missed that opportunity buying at this price level right here, that would have been a great buy. But if you missed it, I think right now still a great buy, right? I really do. Right now, still a great buy to get into Bitcoin. It really is. So if you missed that opportunity, I don't think you should panic. I think right now is still a great opportunity because, like I said many times, we are nowhere near its previous all-time highs, right? And we are still, okay, you guys can clearly see it's indicating that we're still in the buy area. We all should be at least buying and accumulating, okay? I can't stress this enough, guys. So please take this as an opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity, because you guys understand the halving event is literally just right around the corner. And once that event happens, okay, Bitcoin's going to pump the most. Okay, that's where it's going to really pump. And we will potentially, I've said this many times, we will never potentially see Bitcoin at this price ever again of $27,000. Think about that, because that's where Bitcoin will in fact reach on your all-time high. It's going to well above go six figs, $100,000, 120, 150K, 200K and higher. A lot of people think, are predicting that Bitcoin in the next bull market is going to reach over $300,000 plus. I've sort of talked about that in my previous video earlier this morning. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. But yeah, we will never see Bitcoin at 27K ever again. Just think about it. Okay, so don't miss this opportunity, guys. I really don't want you guys to miss this opportunity. When Bitcoin pumps back up to its previous all-time highs and reaching a new all-time high, a lot of you guys are gonna, have that feeling of FOMO. You miss the opportunity of buying Bitcoin at this price of 27K, and then you're just gonna FOMO in because Bitcoin's pumping. I know a lot of people are gonna do that. I know a lot of you guys are not gonna listen to me. Okay, it's all good. It's whatever, right? But I'm telling you guys right now is a perfect time to buy Bitcoin. I have been buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin. Literally 3 weeks ago, like a whole week, a time period of a week, I've been buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin, and I still am. Okay, I'm still dollar cost averaging. And you guys understand, when I'm investing into cryptocurrency in this market, right, in the crypto market, I mainly just stick with the basics, okay? I just mainly invest my money into Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two biggest coins, okay? I don't invest my money into meme coins as much and other altcoins. Like, yes, I invest my money into BNB, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Solana, Polygon, Litecoin, Polkadot, KShiba Inu, Avalanche, Chainlink is another one. You guys know I'm really bullish with Chainlink. There's Cosmos. I did invest into Uniswap slightly, not too much. I invested into Stellar a little bit as well, Filecoin, but actually sold some. So I have invested into a fair few altcoins, okay, like Algorand, okay, Aave, Decentraland, some of the gaming crypto coins now, Decentraland, right? Axie Infinity is another one, and Sandbox. Where is Sandbox? Right up here, Sandbox. I invested in some to Sandbox because you guys understand gaming is pretty big, right? And it's going to get even bigger. The gaming industry will get big in the future. We know how big, the category gaming is, right? It's like literally everywhere around the world. So I think these crypto coins like Decentraland, Sandbox, right? Axie Infinity is going to be massive in the future, right? Potentially. So we will see. So when I'm investing into crypto, guys, I mainly just stick with the basics, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, especially Bitcoin, right? So that's that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Like I said, I will in fact be going live even more. But I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much for the support lately. It has been absolutely crazy. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers, right? This year alone in 2023. Can we do it? I know we can. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you guys haven't already. I really would appreciate that as well. And of course, subscribe if you guys haven't. I would also really appreciate that. And I hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I will be back tomorrow uploading like usual. Okay, I'm gonna go hard tomorrow. I'm actually gonna be uploading a whole bunch of videos for you guys tomorrow, potentially 2, and I will potentially be going live again tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a blessed day as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Have a good one, guys.